This ball skied over the back line and struck out the first time! Reed! Simply sensational!
All right, so people, we're in some sticky situation right now. The Reggae Boyz team is in some sticky, very sticky situation. Some might say we can do without players, some might say we can do without this or that player. But generally, when I start seeing what's happening holistically around the Reggae Boyz squad, it makes you a little bit worried. I certainly am worried at this moment. All right, so welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. People, thank you very much again for tuning in. Not a good look, not good news actually. No, let me make this clear. This is one, it's not me. I'm not taking a shot at any of the players, lighting any of the players. I'm just here highlighting situations surrounding both players. Because what I do realize that a lot of times when I make videos, people feel like I'm sending shots or I'm taking slight digs at the player. No, I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just here to tell you guys what is happening and give you my opinion on the situation, on the matter. So in the meantime, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you feel the need to do so. All right, so we're going to speak on two players, Bob Reed and Ethan Pinnock. Bob Reed, we know recently, we'll touch on Bob Reed first. Ethan Pinnock one is kind of a very picky, should I say, a more stranger one than Bob Reed one. So Ethan Pinnock one kind of have a little bit more detail, a little bit more meat discuss. So I'm going to touch on the Bob Reed one first. So we all know Bob Reed picked up a knock in for Leicester City recently. Problem is, it's not necessarily a knock, it's more of a muscle injury, and you know how muscle injuries are. It take a while to recover from it because you can't just go there and start back. I said recovery start right away. Assessment, a lot of pre-assessment have to be done to know whether the muscle will require surgery or not. All of these things matters. And if no surgery is going to be done, the recovery period tends to be a little bit longer and more rigid. Now, Bob Reed picked up a muscle injury and is expected to be out or to return late June. Well, mid to late June was the report coming from the Premier League. The Premier League itself has this website where you can find out about injuries and such, and that is the expected they have for Bob Reed. Now, with it being late June, say Unity Cup out of the way, World Cup qualifiers out of the way, and Gold Cup would also be out of the way. Now, you will have supporters. You will have supporters who I think will generally come and say, boy, the team can do that Bob Reed, or Bob Reed haven't been playing good, all the type of something. You will have people who tend or generally make those type of statements. So despite how you feel about Bob Reed's recent performances or how have been performed, he is most definitely one of our most valuable and most important player. So having Bob Reed, not having Bob Reed is a huge miss for the team. Yes, we can argue about performances in mostly recent times, but certainly the fact that he's one of our better players and him being out is a huge hit to the squad. And unlikely to miss Unity Cup, in which generally I don't think he will be playing Unity Cup as well. Unity Cup, World Cup qualification, and also the Gold Cup. That in itself makes it complicated for Steve McLaren in regards to selecting the squad. Which means Noel is going to have to find a player who he will likely to replace Bob Reed. Where will he find that player? That's a question. I really don't know. I don't know. All right, so, but for that, certainly speedy recovery, Bob Reed. I hope it's not as serious as initial, should I say, initial assessment would proclaim. But as you know, the football carry on, the football go on. This is life. It really, really carry on. All right. So next up on the agenda is Ethan Pinnock. Now, for those who don't know, since our last international break, which was we played the St. Vincent games, Ethan Pinnock played one game after that. After when he returned, after that he hasn't played any minute, none whatsoever. He has been on the bench. But the big question is, one, what is happening? What is happening recently surrounding Ethan Pinnock? Why is he not playing? Why is he on the bench? He's available for selection though, and he's on the bench. Now let's make it clear. Ethan Pinnock has been one of the brick wall for Brentford this season. He has played a lot of minutes. He has played a lot of minutes for Brentford this season. And also, he has been one of their most important players. So, I don't think that the coach is just going to push Ethan Pinnock to the side. Now, the upcoming defenders, two youngsters, I think Vanzen, I don't remember my name. But the two, Collins and the next one, Van something. I think he's either Dutch or something of that sort. Anyways, the two centre-back pairing right now are two youngsters, 21, 22-year-olds. So, you know, we understand that there will be time where the coach want to give other players the ability to push forward. But the question may lies that what's happening for Ethan Pinnock? Because if he's not playing, he's not even getting any minutes, something could be wrong. Now, after doing a little bit more research, I get to find out that he's actually playing with an injury, and he picked up an injury in December, and he haven't necessarily fully recovered from that injury. And because of that, coach decides, you know what, since we have already settled it in the Premier League, we're in good position, even though they might push for a European spot, it makes no sense to risk Ethan Pinnock and just allow him to recover properly. Now, there's still a few more games left to go in the Premier League. Question is, will we see Ethan Pinnock featured again for the rest of the season? That's a good question. We don't know. Or is a case in which we might end up see or hear reports coming out that after the season ended, he might need to do surgery or something of that sort. I'm very hopeful that maybe just arrest him again, or because he played a lot of 90 minutes right through the season. So I'm hopeful that it's just I get a rest and it's not quite serious, because if it's serious, maybe we might hear Ethan Pinnock required surgery at the end of the season. And you know what that means? No World Cup qualifiers, no Gold Cup, and Unity Cup already out of the way. So that in itself, I tell us, going to the summer games for the Reggae Boyz, we are in a very, very dangerous position regards to player availability. What will we do? Who will compensate for that? Or should I say, which player will come in to fill those gaps? It is very, very important that we do so. Anyways, tell me what you think in the comment section. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. Out. God bless. Boom. And I mean, outside. Outside.